Corruption has plagued India since its independence, rooted in colonial legacies and entrenched bureaucracy. From the Republic's earliest days, public office was often misused for private gain, undermining democracy and eroding public trust. Scandals, big and small, have repeatedly exposed systemic weaknesses and set dangerous precedents. Over time, corruption evolved from petty bribery to massive scams involving politicians, bureaucrats, and corporations. As the economy grew, so did opportunities for illicit enrichment, with powerful syndicates manipulating policy and siphoning public funds. The impact goes beyond financial loss. It corrodes social trust and deepens inequality. When justice is for sale and public services are compromised, cynicism and disillusionment take root. Tackling corruption is not just about economics. It's essential for preserving the Republic's integrity. Only by understanding its history can we confront corruption's modern forms and challenges. India's post-independence history is marked by a series of high-profile corruption scandals. The Jeep scandal of 1948 set the tone, followed by the infamous Bofors arms deal in the 1980s, which exposed kickbacks at the highest levels. The 1990s brought the Harshad Mehta securities scam, revealing deep flaws in financial regulation. The Satyam Computers fraud in 2009 echoed global corporate scandals, shaking investor confidence. The 2G spectrum, Commonwealth Games, and Colgate scams in the 2010s highlighted crony capitalism and the political corporate nexus. More recently, banking frauds like the Punjab National Bank and IL and FS crises exposed vulnerabilities in financial oversight. Despite reforms, mechanisms to prevent large-scale fraud remain fragile. Each scandal has deepened public skepticism and underscored the urgent need for robust accountability. The pattern is clear. Without systemic change, corruption adapts and persists. India's legal arsenal against corruption includes the Prevention of Corruption Act, which criminalizes misconduct by public servants. Amendments have expanded its reach, but enforcement is often slow and hampered by procedural hurdles. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act empowers the Enforcement Directorate to trace and seize illicit assets, especially in complex financial crimes. The Right to Information Act has empowered citizens to demand transparency, exposing countless irregularities. The Lokpal and Lokayuktas Act created independent ombudsmen, but their effectiveness is still debated due to limited autonomy and resources. Strong laws exist, but their impact depends on swift, impartial enforcement and public vigilance. India's anti-corruption fight is hampered by slow courts, low conviction rates, and a perception of impunity for the powerful. Whistleblowers face inadequate protection, deterring insiders from exposing wrongdoing. Investigative agencies often lack autonomy, with political interference undermining their credibility. Chronic underfunding and shortages of skilled investigators further weaken enforcement. Without robust safeguards for whistleblowers and independent agencies, vital intelligence is lost. The result? A system where the corrupt outmaneuver the law and public trust erodes. Institutional reform and resource investment are critical to reversing this trend. Real change demands bold, multi-pronged reforms. Fast-track courts for corruption cases can deliver timely justice and restore deterrence. Whistleblower protection must be strengthened, with anonymity, safety, and incentives for exposing graft. Investigative agencies need true autonomy, transparent appointments, financial independence, and fixed tenures. A dedicated investigative wing for the Lokpal would ensure high-level cases are probed impartially. E-governance, data analytics, and mandatory asset disclosures can enhance transparency and accountability. Only a comprehensive approach can break the cycle of corruption. Laws alone can't defeat corruption. Societal change is equally vital. Despite more prosecutions, conviction rates remain low due to delays and weak enforcement. Public education and a culture of integrity must start early, with civil society and media holding power to account. When citizens reject bribery and demand transparency, the space for corruption shrinks. Corruption drains resources, deepens inequality, and undermines democracy. Rebuilding trust requires both institutional reform and a vigilant, ethical populace. The fight is long, but a corruption-free India is essential for justice and prosperity. Lasting change will come from the synergy of strong laws and an empowered society.